guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about foundations. I'm going to be sharing with you some foundations that I have been gravitating towards, that I have been really liking, and you guys have been asking me lately, you know, what are foundations that you use? What are the shades? What are the shades you like to use during the summer, you know, fall, winter? You know, you kind of want a variety. So today I'm going to be giving that to you guys. I'm going to be sharing with you all the foundations that I've been gravitating towards, that I've been using, and I use them for when I'm at different, you know, seasons of my skin tone. And I'm going to be sharing with you also the concealers that I kind of use when I use these foundations, because I don't generally use one concealer for all these foundations. It just depends on the undertone and what I'm looking for. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And as always, let's jump on in and talk about foundations. Starting off, we're going to talk about foundations that I personally like to wear during the summertime when I'm really more tan, basically. And the first one I want to talk about, this one is from First Foundation, you guys. This one is when I'm at my tannest, okay? When I was at my tannest. And this is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundations, the matte poreless for normal to oily skin. And this is in the shade 230 Natural Buff. And the concealer that I personally like to use, I will use a camo concealer. This is the 16-hour matte finish, and this is in the shade Medium Sand, and I will just wear them together. I feel like this can be a little bit orangey at times, so I feel like this camo concealer just kind of neutralizes everything, balances it out, doesn't make it look so orange. And I also like to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I will use this as well. I feel like it's such a neutral undertone concealers that they just help everything out as well as brighten. As for the Can't Stop, Won't Stop Girl, this is from the NYX foundation. This is in Neutral Buff. I feel like when it comes to foundations, if there is a neutral in the title of the shade, I feel like that's my go-to. I feel like I'm not too tan, I'm not too orangey, I'm definitely not too olivey all at the same time. I kind of need that little nice balance, and this foundation, it does it for me. I feel like it's a little tan as well, so I definitely go in with this concealer. This one's from Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin, and this is a 24-hour foundation. This is a shade 2.6. I do find this to be somewhat of a good mix. I definitely always go back to my two other foundations that I love, the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline and the Camo Concealer from e.l.f. I really love it, and it just helps brighten, even neutralize the situation, and just make it work for me. As for the next one, when I'm maybe not as tan, you know, this one is the next one. It looks like it's way more pigmented than the one I just showed you, but this one is a really nice shade. It has kind of a pinky, I feel like, undertone to it. I don't find, you know, quite the right shade for me. This is kind of like what we all go through, right? We kind of look for foundations and we can't really find the right match, and that's always such a pain to go through. So this one, I feel like it's a little bit more of a golden. This is the Golden Beige. This is in the shade 300. This is the Revlon Color Stay Combination Oily Skin Foundation. And when it comes to foundations that have more of a yellowy pigment to them, you guys, I typically look for a concealer that has more of a neutral undertone to kind of balance the pigment of this foundation. And I will go in with my e.l.f. This is my favorite matte finish camo concealer. This is in the shade Medium Sand, and I also love using, this one is from Dose of Colors. This is their concealer in the shade Light Medium number 11, and this really helps to balance it out. I personally really love this foundation. It's just a little dry and thick in consistency, but it holds really well throughout the day, and I really love the foundation. The next one is CoverGirl. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you guys know this has been my go-to foundation for quite some time. It's like kind of like my holy grail. This one is from CoverGirl. This is the True Blend Matte Mane Foundation. This is in the shade M10 Golden Natural, and I really love this foundation. This reminds me of a dupe of MAC Pro Longwear foundation, and when it comes to this foundation, let me tell you the concealer that I use. Guys, I can use about so many different concealers. This is why I love this foundation, because it doesn't really matter. It just depends on my mood, and all the concealers that I have can work with it. So that's what I love about it. But I definitely go into the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and this is in the shade Neutralizer. I also go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Matte Finish, and this is in the shade Medium Sand. And as for the last and final one that I've been loving as well, this one's from Dose of Colors. This is their concealer, and this is in the shade Light Medium number 11. And girl, So good. As for the next foundation, this one is from It Cosmetics. This is your Skin But Better Foundation, skincare in one. And I did a review video on this foundation and I really love it, you guys. This is in the shade Medium Neutral number 31. And when it comes to this foundation, I pair it with the Instant Age Rewind in the shade Neutralizer. And I really love them together. It helps neutralize and balance the undertone and just, you know, make it work for me. And I really love it. And this is basically it, you guys. I have shared with you my current go-to foundations, you know, depending on the season and the time of the year, and their matching concealers that I kind of run to. Let me show you really quickly, you know, before we wrap up today's video, basically all of the concealers that I kind of go to and play around with. And today was just kind of rule of thumb, kind of depending on the mood, depending on my undertone, depending on how tan and how pink I'm looking that day because I was out in the sun, or whatever it is, these are the ones that I gravitate towards. So this one's the L'Oreal Paris. This is the Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this is in the shade 355 Vanilla. I find this to be really, really light and really thick in the consistency, but every now and then when I need an extra brightness, when I look a little bit more tired, I will add this and it will give me the brightness that I'm really looking for, you know, that little wow factor. As for, obviously, Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, this is my go-to. This is my holy grail. I've loved the consistency. It gives me the coverage that I need and the pigmentation, you know, the situation. It just looks so good every time I wear it. Same thing with the e.l.f. This is the Camo Concealer, matte finish. This is in the shade Medium Sand, and I absolutely love it, you guys. I wear it most of the time, if it's not Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind. As for the Derma Blend, this is the Cover Care Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade 15 Neutral. Same thing. I really like it. It's a little light. This is like the winter fall season, and I currently really like it. I wore it today and I really love the undertone to it. It's just when I'm really fair, and I love that it's not too dry and it gives me time to blend it out, but at the same time it's giving me the coverage that I'm looking for and the brightness. As for the last and final one, this is Dose of Colors. This has made it into my go-to concealers lately, and I really love the undertone. I do find it to be, you know, bright, but at the same time kind of has a neutral undertone that just works for me, and I really like it. This is in the shade Light Medium 11. So this is basically it, you guys. I have shared with you my current, 5 foundations that I love and 5 concealers that I kind of, you know, use and mix together to make these foundations work for me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please comment down below, ask away, and I'll do my best to answer your questions for you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. I love you guys so much. Bye!